Hi guys, Crismo here. So I was gonna make my next video on all the documents released from the most recent shareholder meeting, and obviously there's an announcement of another stock. I know it's called a dividend, but it's a preferred stock. I'm not gonna get too much into this video, so I haven't read enough up about it. But I heard a pretty good idea from. I wish I could remember her name, but it was a great idea, especially at a time like now. And I had been thinking about making a video on the topic of this squeeze scenario for quite some time. It was actually one of the first ideas that I had, but I never ended up making a video on it. But I've seen multiple YouTubers making multiple videos on this topic, and I think it's not done well, at least in the visual aspect of. Let me correct this. I have a visual on another screen, but I'm just showing my face for now. But anyways, I feel like it's not really shown in a way that really prepares you for what that scenario would actually look like. So what I would hear a lot of is you gotta take profits, and then whether they would say on the way up or the way down, sometimes both, but they don't really tell you too much how to do that and what that really looks like. So I remember January 27th and 28th in GameStop, and there were a lot of these things called halts. And what shocked me in the community is that a lot of people don't know about them. And there's a lot of them. There's not just one or two. And it always takes people by surprise, and it's very unfortunate. So what you want to think about in a squeeze scenario is stop and go traffic. So once you're in the stop and go traffic, it's already too late. And then, well, basically, how do any of us treat stop and go traffic? This won't happen to me. Like, you're certainly not thinking about what do I need to do in preparation for this stop and go traffic. You're looking ahead to where the line starts for the stopped cars. And then once you're in it, you go a little ways, you stop. You go a little ways, you stop. On every one of those stops, are you anticipating the next stop? No, you want it to go, and your mind fights it. So that's really what I feel like it would be like. I don't want to anticipate too many things, of course, but it's certainly something you want to prepare yourself for well in advance, if not days, weeks in advance. And the best way to do it is not with market orders, because you don't want to get into that scenario where it's already too late, because market orders actually won't work. What you want to do is set at the minimum limit orders. And there's also things called trailing stop losses, which I haven't used, but the idea there is you want to set multiple above and below current price, or just levels, different limits, where you're selling X amount of shares at each level. And you want to set this up in advance because there are going to be halts. And this is so important to understand. So let me show this quick visualization. And let me bring this back up. So I'm just going to have Webull as one of the charts, namely AMC, which is a great scenario and great chart from back in March. So HKD, a lot of people heard about this. This was from an IPO Chinese hit group for IPOs, and most recently on Friday that was MEGL, MEGL, and the chart kind of looked a lot like this. So you had a green candle in the morning, red candle, green candle, red candle. It wasn't like that. It was halted for well over 30 minutes, and I know that because I was checking it regularly. And then Like every so often you'll get another candle. This is actually what the chart looks like. If you actually look at it back, it looks closer to what this AMC daily chart, let me just bring that up, looks like. I don't know how Webull fills it, or these other brokerage apps, whatever you use, but it fills it in after the fact, but it doesn't really look like that if you're looking at it properly, because if you're trying to look at it minute by minute, nothing's happening in that minute to minute. So that's really what you would see in that scenario. And daily volume would change like this. The hypothetical numbers, of course, we'd get like 100 million day 2, 200 million day 3, day 4, day 5, and then after, let's just say weeks, you end up with like approaching the billions of trades in a day. This is daily volume. And the last time we saw something like that was, I think that was actually back in June. But to look at this chart, the AMC chart, and if I click on this, okay, yes, you can see it right there. Just going to keep my cursor there. The volume that day was 226 million. That was March 28th. If I go back, 170 million, still a lot. 81 million, so a big jump there from the 22nd to the 23rd. These are small volume days, and you can see how much we moved. So very much dependent on volume, but that's what you can expect to see, and a lot more volume, of course. I seriously doubt we would move that much without at least hundreds of millions of trades in the daily and throughout the entire trading day, normal trading hours. So that was my thought, and if I were to say a little bit more about it, I'm not going to make this too long of a video. What I want people to understand that have watched all of those videos is there's a lot of this talk about making profits, which is important. And it's very important that you protect yourself to get those profits. But what is really good about setting these limits is it doesn't matter where they are, because as long as you set them, once you hit that stop and go traffic, you can sit back and think like, oh, well, thank God, I cannot move at all. Kind of like this chart we're showing right here. I can't move at all right now, but at least, so if the price is currently at 140, let's just say for the sake of argument, at least I have a limit set lower if it's at 110. If it spikes, oh no. Like, so this would be something you had set well in advance, but let's just say you were able to get in a limit order, which you can still do. Don't try market orders. And you set it for 110. Then if it spikes down below that, it'll fill at 110. So that'll give you more peace of mind. And then obviously you have those higher limit orders you had set in advance. So if the price is just going crazy like you haven't seen before, and you really don't know what's going on, can rest assured without even another click of the button, because you already did in advance, it will fill those higher orders. And then you could set more limit orders, but the point being, like on the way up, it would be taking those profits for you. So I guess that's the main bulk of what I wanted to say in this video. Please don't be ill-prepared, guys. I don't want you to be one of those people. I know this wasn't the best explanation, but I wanted a unique perspective because I know people were not getting in as much depth with this, at least on the visualization aspect, as was needed. But just know, even though none of us know how this is going to play out in any way, it's going to take a lot of people by surprise. It's a very unfortunate topic, but it's absolutely the truth. People are not going to know what to do. They're not even going to have this in the back of their mind, despite all the videos out there that talk about this. And they're going to think they can just do market orders. It's not going to work, guys. Like, don't try market orders during the squeeze. Do at the very least limit orders, or look into some, and I should do the same, some other type of orders that are going to protect you. And you don't even want to think about if, you want to think about when. When am I going to set these, and when is it potentially going to take off? And then after the squeeze, the rest is history. So there you go, guys. Maybe I might make another video clarifying this. I might have some other things prepared. By the way, I was going to prepare just a typical chart in this corner, but the writing tool is just not behaving with me. And this is Sketchpad, if anyone wants to use it. But anyways, that's what I got for this video. Hopefully I will be releasing that video and then my due diligence on just all the frickin' SEC filing reports. But I'll save that for another day. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.